Welcome back to the Strato Automation Technical channel. In this video, I'm going to be walking you through your OCR setup to get you started with our router. First thing you're going to do is you're going to apply 24 volts AC or DC, terminal block on the left here, as shown in this wiring diagram. Additionally, you're going to also want to ground this controller to make sure that your communication on your MSTP network is solid. And then the last thing you're going to want to plug in is an Ethernet cable. The other end's going to go into your laptop or um, whatever computer you're using to connect to this guy, but one end has to go into this jack on the right. Finally, before we can get started connecting to this guy, we're going to take notice of this IP address that's listed once it finally powers up. So in the right column here, the second row down, I need to take notice of this network information right there. So once I have that, I can move on to the next step and I can set up my PC to be ready to connect to this controller. So we'll hop in and we'll walk through those steps now. So next step here, to connect to my OCR, I'm going to have to edit my network configuration. So I'm going to hit the Windows key and type in net. It should pop up with view network connections. Once that loads, it's going to show me all of my network adapters. I'm going to go to the network adapter I'm going to use. So whatever Ethernet jack is associated with that network port on my computer, I'll go to Properties, Internet Protocol version 4, double click on that. I'm going to pull up the Properties window for that network adapter. Now I already have some network settings in here, but what you're going to want to do is make sure that your network settings match the mask, the gateway, and everything match your Ocean or your OCR, and you're going to want to make the IP address the exact same, except for this last number. You're going to want to make sure it's different, whether it's one higher or one lower. So what that would look like is 192.168.1.88. That's what I'll make my computer subnet mask of /24 or 255.255.255.0. And a default gateway I'll set as 192.168.1.1. And the DNS down here, you should be able to leave this as default, or you can set it as 8.8.8.8 or 1.1.1.1. Go ahead and OK. There's warnings, that's OK. Go ahead and close out here. That should be done. Now what I can do is navigate to the IP address that's listed on the screen of the OCR. So in my case, it's 192.168.1.101. That's going to pull me into this screen here, and now I can begin setting up my OCR. So now that we're able to reach the OCR via a web browser, there's a few things we're going to want to change or at least take note of. So the device name, the device instance, the BACnet IP port, the BACnet IP network number, the MSTP MAC address of this device, the MSTP network number, and then the baud rate. So a lot of these are already set, but we'll have to either change them to make sense on our network, or you can just leave the ones as default for some of them, like the baud rate for Strata devices is 76800. That's the default for the OCR as well. The BACnet IP UDP port, you can leave that as the default unless you're going to have multiple of these, and you're going to have them on the same IP network, but you're going to want them, separate, separated by their port. So if we go back to the router here, I've given it a name. It's just default name here is OCR. I could change that. I could change all these. Any changes I make, I'll go ahead and hit save, apply, and reset. I'm going to save those changes and then reboot my unit. And so then when that comes back online, you'll see the screen will show a loading bar. And so then once I get all that set, I can put it on my network. So I can unplug it from my PC, plug it into my networking equipment, and it should be discoverable on my network based on the credentials that I set. Once we get this done here, now we can move over to an Ocean server. start discovering devices once we get that all set up as well. So that's going to be all for this video. Thanks for watching and have a great day.